Studio 5, there is one good thing every good gardener has in common. They keep a journal. It doesn't have to be formal or even expensive, but it should be fun. And designer Christine McKay has created a garden journal that is just that. It's fun and it's adorable.
And it's useful. And you know, you were asking me if I garden.
I know.
And you know, we don't in this house. We did have like a little garden in the house that we had before, and it's something I've always wanted to do. But my husband kind of keeps care of the yard. And you know, it's funny because my neighbor came over the other day and she was commenting on my landscaping, and she's like, "Oh, your yard, you know, it's so beautiful." And I said, "Yeah, my husband does that." And she's like, "He did your yard?" I'm like, "Oh, well, he paid someone to do the yard, so does that count?"
My husband takes care of that.
Yeah, he
in a
paid someone to do it. But it is something that I really want to do. And from what I understand
even
from
more
people,
so after you see this.
Yeah, from people that garden, there really is a bug to it, and you catch that bug, and it just makes you feel so good. So what we did is we put together a little garden journal, and you know,
we gotta go back to the cover really fast, can we? Because look at that.
Yes.
How fun, the different layers and the buttons.
And all of this paper is from a company that I love. It's called Crate Paper, and this is their lemongrass collection. But one of the things you want to do is, I know you guys have been giving out so many great gardening tips, and you know, times of when you want to weed and prune and plant. And so there'll be like there's a little calendar that you can schedule out for what month and write in, so you can kind of plan ahead of when you want to get things planted. There's also a little section to put your supply list. So all your little wish lists or things that you need to get, whether tools or plants. And then also, this is one of my favorite things, because I like to plan things out.
You're a planner.
I am a planner. So this is a planning grid.
Oh,
so what you can do is you can just plan out your different flower beds or your vegetable gardens or where things are going to go. And then you kind of have a better idea of what you're going to need and how much. And then the next thing is, this is a little photo log journal. And I have to laugh, Brooke, because did you ever have your parents, like their friends would come over and they'd start talking about, yeah, my zucchini plants, and
it was this big.
Oh yeah, and I would just roll my eyes and I'm like, oh my gosh, I never want to grow up if I have to talk about zucchini plants, you know,
over the dinner table.
But I remember even just our little garden that we had, I remember when our plants started coming in, I just got so excited.
You do, and you're so proud.
You do, and you're so proud, because you're literally creating something from nothing. And you know, I love that. And so this is a great way that you can take a photo of it, and from year to year you can track the growth, from month to month you can track the growth, and so you can measure it. You can just write little notes like, you know, maybe not so much fertilizer next year or whatever. So I love that you have a visual there that you can keep track of.
Even just the beautiful flowers coming up in your planter is a fun way to remember those beautiful blooms.
And then last is just a section to write notes, so that when you and Darren are giving out great tips on Studio 5, you can jot down those great little notes. Another thing that I wanted to just show about this journal that I included is there's little pockets in it, because I'm always collecting little pieces of paper or cutouts from a newspaper or a magazine. And inspiration. So I made little pockets that you can put those in. And I just want to show really quickly how I do my pockets.
Okay.
What I do is I will just take the piece of paper and I'll just glue down the 3 sides. And then before I put it down, if you want to create the little library notch, they call that a little library pocket, which I think kind of just tops it off, makes it a little cuter than just a straight pocket. You can just take a regular circle punch and just punch about halfway down in the center. And then you've got your cute little notch, and then you can adhere it to your paper.
Do you know what's funny? It was a scrapbooking aha for me when I remember I was a teenager and someone first taught me you don't have to cut a whole circle with a circle punch. You know, it can be the leaves for your flowers.
Exactly.
It can be a little pocketbook notch like that.
You can do so many different things with our circle punch, and there you go. You have a cute little pocket that you can do all of your inserts in. And just wanted to let you know that you can go to kmckdesigns.com, and all of the instructions are here, as well as the pages. And just because I have a lot of questions, I just wanted to walk through it just really quickly. Yeah. One thing that I always try to do on these little pockets, I've just done like a little cute quote about gardening. I always try to make it user-friendly, so you're not going to have to cut out all the circles. So what I'll do is I'll try to coordinate it with punches. So like this is like a 1.5 inch punch, a 2 inch punch. So you can just go in there and you can just punch it, and it's just the right size.
Oh, so you're not trying to round the paper and work around the edges.
Exactly. So you don't have to cut them all out. And then of course, these here, these are the tabs for all of the index pages, and the instructions are pretty self-explanatory, and you've got all of your insert pages that you can do. And also, when you go to the website, there will be a separate file that you can download if you want to do double-sided.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so you're not wasting paper, you're not wasting ink. We want to get the most out of your project as possible. And you can add as many pages as you want, so it's kind of fun.
You can build to it and make it work for your garden. So just in case you missed that huge moment of excitement, this whole journal. All of the templates available online.
KMcKayDesigns.com.
KMcKayDesigns.com. And can you quickly just talk us through? I know I love the cover. What you did on the cover in terms of scrapbooking and project.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's from Crate Paper. It's called the Lemongrass Collection. And this right here, this little circle, is actually one of their papers. It's really cool. It's about this big. And so I just cut it in half.
So it's not a die cut there. That's
it's not a die cut. It actually comes with the paper collection. And then I just did some little handwriting, you know, bloom, sunshine, rain around it. And as far as the stem here, I just took some paper scraps and I just hand cut a stem and some leaves. It's just a silk cut flower from Heidi Swap Designs and a little button. And the little title will also be in the downloads that you just cut out and adhere onto.
Perfect.
And then, of course, just office rings that are available at Office Max to bind it together. You can also take it to Kinko's if you want to. But you want to make sure it's a Kinko's that has a hydraulic press so that it can go through all the cardstock. Oh, last but not least,
yes,
the chipboard. I get a lot of people that ask me, where do I get chipboard? Couple places. You can go to Roberts, and you can sell it. They sell full sheets of it on the chipboard album aisle. Or what I like to do is recycle, and you can use old cereal boxes or the backs of old like notepads, paper pads, and just cut it out from there, so you don't have to spend any money on it.
So there you go. It's a recycled item, and it doubles its purpose on this cute gardening journal project. Christine, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Darling project. I know all of you gardeners